And now we move from Hong Kong Island to a sleepy village in Clearwater Bay. Very different from what we experienced in Hong Kong Island, but more and more people are moving out for peace and tranquility. And who can blame them?
Just a half hour outside of the city by bus or car, many parts of the area known as the New Territories have a newfound appeal for expatriate and wealthy local families in Hong Kong. Once seen as a sleepy backwater and home to local village families, the area still retains some of those elements, but with more and more modern conveniences available. You can get a lot more space for a lot less money out here.
Oh, wow. What a difference from the last place, Winnie.
Yes.
So I reckon this lounge is about the same size as the place that we just went to.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're about 27 minutes from where we were previously, so really not that far away. Tell me what the idea was behind this place, Winnie.
Well, the idea is like we have to do this more classic and more timeless kind of design. So, because my client is brought up like in a more like East Midwest, so they like the more European style.
Okay, so European but not the sort of modern Art Deco, a little bit more traditional.
Yeah, more traditional, more timeless.
Oh, look at the size of the kitchen.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
It's a dream kitchen.
You know, people in Hong Kong, the average size square foot of an apartment in Hong Kong is 600 square feet. You think about that, the average for a family. If you actually come in here, I reckon this is about 600 square feet. So this is really luxury living in Hong Kong. But you've done a great job, Winnie. Look at this kitchen.
Lovely.
So what was the idea with this? Talk me through this.
Well, the idea is my client loves to cook, and this is really important for him. And then all the family, you know, they spend more time in the kitchen these days than in the living room. So the kitchen is really the main focus in the whole living.
Can you see that? That's the biggest omelette in the world.
Yeah.
It's like a pterodactyl omelette. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Winnie, thank you very much for showing us around.
Yeah.
It's a truly amazing home.
With the average size of an apartment in Hong Kong being just 600 square feet, one can clearly see the value for moving out to the Hong Kong countryside and renovating an old village home. Plus, there's an interesting cultural blend between older Chinese traditions and a way of life, combined with a demand for Western-styled convenience.
So people are increasingly moving out to Clearwater Bay and Sai Kung in the New Territories to get some peace and tranquility. Actually, it's also about half the price of Hong Kong Island. So I'm here with David Crane and he's taking me around a number of properties in the area. So where are we going first?
I think we'll go down to Po Toyo, shall we? Have a look at a spectacular site.
And what's the story? I mean, people that are coming from Hong Kong Island to look at these properties at the weekend, so you're showing them around all these places. Are they surprised when they get here?
Absolutely, because half of them haven't even been off the island. So I come out here at weekends and I'm a bit of a tour guide. You know, I've got to say, here's the horse riding stable, here's some country park walks, here's some restaurants that you can eat at, here's a supermarket, park and shop. You know, you can get food out here. And it's all a bit of an eye-opener for them.
And are they convinced by it all? I mean, when they see what they can get and what life's like, are they convinced?
Yeah, because then what happens is they talk to their friends and they realise that quite a few people do live out here and they have great lifestyle and they're very close to Central and they live out here at weekends and live in Central during the week.
Wow. Fancy a bit of lunch?
Look at these boys, you see?
What are they?
Cuttlefish, squid.
And once those former city dwellers do move here, they renovate. And as an example, can turn an old village dwelling into this $4 million home with a view, and the ultimate private gym on the 3rd floor.
You can obviously see around here that this is a very typical overseas Chinese or expatriate home. It's 2,100 square feet, it's got a rooftop gym, jacuzzi, it's got the full works. And what I'm going to show you now is a huge contrast in Hong Kong to something about 20 seconds away if we run. So come on. This is a huge extreme. Remember what I just said? $4 million home, swimming pool, jacuzzi, gym. Now look at what we're approaching now, okay? Old villager home. These people, they've been here for generations. They've lived here without electricity, although these days they've got cable TV, not surprisingly. This plot itself, you could probably need to buy for about $1.5 million and these people are living in. You can see what these people are living in. I'll probably get shouted at in a minute. Well, I'm getting barked at anyway. If you were to build 2 homes on here, you're probably looking at something in the region of $7–8 million for this property here, and they've got their own little vegetable patch. I mean, it's really going back in time here. Obviously, this home's been here for probably 50, 60 years, but these families have been living here for generations. Ding families, local indigenous Chinese families, and all up around them now are Maseratis and Ferraris and people buying expensive homes, but this is the kind of contrast we're talking about.
But as laid back as this area seems, there's also a lot of money coming in from mainland China. What a vast turnaround since 1997.
OK, so what are we looking at here? We've got a real contrast of a brand new house over here and an old fishing village that's inhabited by a bunch of people called Po, right?
That's right, old Po's.
So what kind of value would that be now?
Spectacular locations, probably about 4 million US.
Wow.
And the ones at the top, they have views over the other side of Clearwater Bay, spectacular views of the beach. And the ones at the back here have the view over this way. They're probably about 2.5 to 3 million US. And I think this village here will eventually get taken over and rebuilt, and then they'll go for similar prices, 3 to 4 million US.
So I think we can pretty much guarantee that in a couple of years we come back here and we'll have 3 or 4 houses on here very much similar to that one there, and that's the nature of Hong Kong now. And if you remember the background of Hong Kong, it actually started as a fishing village, so some irony really that we're still here in fishing villages, but we're going to be looking at 4 or 5 million US dollar pads where you can actually get in your boat and row or sail or motorboat across to have your seafood dinner, which is just quite incredible.
So what have we learned? Either buy small units in the city and renovate, or take advantage of cheaper land values in the countryside. Interest rates are low and mortgages are readily available. The legal system is transparent, foreigner friendly, and the currency is pegged to the US dollar. When it comes to land, there's not much of it, so you can always find a buyer and a tenant. Finally, the income tax is low and capital gains tax is non-existent. So all in all, I'd give Hong Kong a solid thumbs up.
Most people come to Hong Kong to make money. I certainly did all those years ago. But once you get here, this place gets into your DNA, into your very soul, and you never want to leave. So beware, if you invest in property in Hong Kong, you may be here a very long time. Next week on Buy in Asia, I'll show you the phenomenal real estate story that is Vietnam. I'm here in Da Nang, 5th biggest city in the country, growing economically at 20% a year. Great for local manufacture and the best road system in the country. But the real big story here is tourism and what's going on in China Beach. It might not be Hong Kong yet, but as I learned, their ambition is sky high while property here is a secret that's about to be let out of the bag. I'm Tim Murphy on Buying Asia, one brick at a time.